I'm Jason Moon Wilkins, and it's my pleasure to be on the record with our Nashville Artist of the Month, Venus and the Flytraps.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful to actually see you because in my mind you were this mysterious band who I know very little about because there's like no bio anywhere. And we started playing your music like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you kind of went away for a second.
Yeah.
And you came back. Are you building the mystery around this? Was that intentional? Like, we don't want a bio out in the world.
I think it's definitely not intentional. I think that Ceci and I have a hard time putting ourselves into words. And so we just try to make it as funny as possible, which it gives itself like less information, but more mystique.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for the 2 years that we were working on the album, we didn't get to really like play a lot. And obviously we weren't like posting a lot. We haven't done any live sessions. This is our very first one. So yeah, we're excited to get our personalities more out there. But yeah.
I didn't know that people didn't know our bio existed. For the longest time, our bio, it started with, we are Nashville's annoying little sister.
Yes.
Yeah, but then it's like, why
that
are
is
you...
replicated in a lot of places.
Yeah. Yes,
but that's about
it's
as far as
the
it
one
goes.
that we've written, and we wrote it when we were like 19.
Yeah.
It's like we definitely need a little refresh. But,
Yeah, you've done a lot since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to get to that. I want to ask some questions about some tours you've been on and all that. But one of the things that I've been noticing, in our seat, we see all these different bands come through here and on the radio and everything too. And there's this wave of amazing female-fronted rock kind of 90s influence going on right now that seems... I have my thoughts on ideas on how and why it's more come to be prominent now. Mama, Rocket, Annie DeRusso, Choke Cherry, all these bands. And I wonder for you, is there something that y'all have thought about or you attribute that to in this moment?
I feel like we definitely didn't intend to start out that way, but in college, we both got more into older music. I did a project on Riot Girl for one of my English classes, and that really, really inspired our second EP.
Yeah.
So, and then it just sounds good. I think that's my favorite era of music. It just, it doesn't get better than late 80s, early 90s for me. You have Sonic Youth, you have Dinosaur Jr., you have Hole, you have Nirvana. It's so influential. It's kind of a gift that keeps on giving as an era. So I think that that's why we're so inspired by it.
Yeah, and I also think that in Nashville it was kind of time for a wave of female fronted bands. When we first both moved to Nashville and started college, a lot of the local bands were all guys and male fronted bands, and the players that are available to hire were mostly guys, the guys that are just their names are known in the scene, and you would go to these shows and the audience would be 90% girls. And obviously there's a lot of enthusiasm there for women in music, and we were just why are we not up there?
Yeah, it's time for us to be on stage.
So it feels like it was about to happen, and we just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that part of the inspiration for you to do it? Was okay, move aside.
Yeah, absolutely. No hate at all, but
Right.
I remember going to shows in freshman year and being what about me?
What about me?
I want to be up there.
And my friends, my amazing
They were
friends.
just I felt so distant from the artist on stage, and I was just wanting to see someone who I felt represented me and represented the crowd, was more connected with the audience, which was mostly girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do. We try to just make it feel like we're down there with them and talking to them, singing to them, with them. Yeah.
There's certainly a history in Nashville of it, but it sparse and in different eras. I think back to Be Your Own Pet earlier in the 2000s, and then Bully, and obviously what Haley Williams continues to do.
Yes.
Was that something you were aware of moving to Nashville, of that history? Is that something you got to know as you were here?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm from a suburb of Nashville.
Oh.
So I grew up in the Franklin DIY scene.
Yeah.
And so I was looking up to Haley Williams my entire life. She actually posted about my high school band when I was 15 on her Twitter, and it was the best day of my life. Genuinely, I was I can make it. I'm gonna make it because of her. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think in the Franklin scene, at least, it was mostly guys, and it was me and one other girl that were playing these basements, Kim Bros, dive bars, whatever, that would let teenagers in for some reason. And but yeah, when we moved up to Nashville, yeah, exactly. When we moved up to Nashville, like we met, like, yeah, is it her name? Jamina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamina from, Be Your Own Pet.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just like start to get to know the people who have been established in the scene. And those people really, they bring you up with them. Like that's the spirit of like the girl bands in Nashville, especially the ones in the generations before us. So we started to learn about it as we went.
I actually moved up here from Miami for college at Belmont, which is where me and Brenna met. And I thought Nashville was a country place until I started going to like Belmont boy band shows and stuff. But yeah, Hayley Williams also obviously a huge influence on me too. One of my first concerts was Paramore, and I knew she was from Tennessee, and that was like one of the only reasons I was excited to come here, because I didn't know, and now I know. And we got to play a show with Be Our Own Pet too, and they were so sick. Yeah. So
you've gotten to play with some great people that over the last year and a half. Metric, Japanese House, Pillow Queens. You've been on tour in lots of different places and festivals and things like that. And for me, whenever I talk to younger bands, I'm like, the most educational thing you can do is be on tour, because you figure out kind of what you want, what you like about this, what you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you feel like you've learned over that last year and a half about what you want to be as a band, and maybe what you don't want to be as a band?
Yeah. I think that, so we've mostly done opening slots for other artists. And I think the biggest thing for us now that we're headlining our first tour is that we find the relationship with the opener so important. Yeah. Like, it's so important to talk to your opener and to meet them, get to know them, and like connect with these people. I feel like that the best tours that we've been on have been the tours where we have become like tight with the homies who are like headlining the tour.
Also, like the show itself, it's like the audience doesn't know the difference between what like the opener and the headliner. Like, they come to see a show and they're paying money to be there, and they're spending their time. Like a lot of people don't have a lot of free time. Like, I think that it's important to like build that chemistry, because you want to put on a good show. You want everybody to be having a good time. And yeah, I think on the road, I think the more that we get to like meet people, like the more I realize that like building a community and like talking to people and like why they care about the music, like why would they drive 3 hours to come see like a show in a like 100 cap room, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it like fuels us to keep going, because it is like, it's expensive and it's hard and it's exhausting, but it's like those 40 minutes on stage like make it worth it. Yeah. And the relationships are the reason why. So I think, just making sure that it's not about us. It's about everybody. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, learning that respect for the audience. And like you said, I love the way you said that about it's people's time, it's their money. Yeah. It's not about living up to their expectations, but about recognizing that they went out of their way and they're hanging out with you. Yeah. Yeah.
And it matters to everybody.
Yeah. 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 Well, when the cameras are turned off, I'll tell you about the bands who were mean to me when I was an opener, the ones that were nice.
Yeah.
It does make a difference.
So. We're really lucky because pretty much literally every band we've opened for has been amazing, super kind to us.
Emily especially from Metric.
Emily from Metric, Sir Chloe, oh my God.
Dana's amazing.
Sir Chloe became like our best friends by the end of that tour.
Her whole crew.
Her whole crew was amazing. Yeah. And Japanese House was so kind.
Yeah. We just got really lucky in the last like 2 years. Yeah.
Absolutely. We talk about, it's a struggle in all kinds of ways to have a band be out there now, financially and otherwise. I wonder if that influences even the way you think about this going forward. Is that kind of pressure, as you see expenses going up, all that kind of thing like that, does that make you think differently about how you make music?
I think absolutely. Like, I think I'm always thinking about what the industry is hungry for. And like we got our degrees as they're like commercial songwriting degrees. Like it was like such a part of our education of like what does the industry want? Like, how do you write a banger? Like, how do you write a song that's going to really make you money? And so I think that I absolutely do think about it, but that doesn't mean that I'm prioritizing it. I think I just try to think about my place in the industry and what should I expect from my future and what am I willing to like risk for it, or like what are the costs, like socially, even like like politically, like what am I going to prioritize in my career. And that's like making art that means something to me and obviously to us. And that's standing up for what we believe in and like never letting anybody tell us what to do or say. And that's like making sure that the people who listen to us feel heard and respected. And like, I think that the industry wants all of those things to come last. And I don't care.
Right.
You know?
I think that it's an ongoing, like, our relationship to finance and whatnot is, it's an ongoing, like balance, because obviously we're not signed. We've never been signed.
Yeah,
we've
everything is self-funded.
We've paid for everything out of pocket completely.
And like every dollar we make goes back into the band.
It's like somehow like it always works out. So I think that just with our experience of already like being able to do everything ourselves, like it gives us kind of an upper hand to be like, well,
what if I don't need your
money? Don't need you.
Yeah. Like,
we can talk about whatever we want and we can say whatever we want, and that's that, and people are going to enjoy it. Yeah.
And come to the shows, even if it's, you know, going to be small shows forever or not, you know, we don't know, but.
Yeah, you throw it out there and see how people react.
Yeah.
Well, you finally put out full album, Demonette, last fall. And I wanted to ask about a couple of songs on there. First of all, I love Swiss Army Girl. Thanks. And I wonder, did you write that for someone in particular? Is it a type? Like, who's the focus? Because it sounds like you're singing to someone for sure.
Yeah.
T. I mean, well, not necessarily. It's kind of like, so I wrote that actually, or I started the song. Like, this is how me and Brenda work. Like, one of us starts a song, then we bring it to the other person. We finish it together. But I started that song, and it was really inspired by Metric's early sound. And I kind of just wanted to like write a Metric type song, and I kind of just used like a journal prompt that I had. So it's not really directed at a specific person. It's kind of just directed at the idea of like girl boss feminism and how it's not really feminism. And it just is a different way of catering to men. So I think that song just came out of wanting to point that out. And having something that's just like, it's really hard to write about political things without being corny. And so I feel like the metaphor and kind of like the nuanced take on it helped for it to not be that, I guess.
Yeah. Often like when we're trying to write about stuff like that, we try to come at it from like a funny, satirical perspective, because otherwise it sounds kind of preachy.
Yeah.
And like, if we can write songs that make fun of ourselves and our own feelings about like, you know, where we stand in society, like as women or like whatever.
It's a satire.
Yeah, it's a satire.
Like people, like
the whole album.
Like when the song came out, someone like DM'd us on Instagram and was like, thanks so much for putting this out. It's like really inspiring me to work really hard. And I'm like, no, no,
you can work really hard, but you don't have to, girl.
That's the exact opposite of what we're trying to say.
But art is subjective.
Exactly. Take it however you want.
Yeah, they didn't pick up on the delivery in that part. Yeah. Another one, and the one that we've been playing a lot, Hard Part's Over. I heard you introduce it the other night at Dark Matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a little bit about that one, because that's definitely one, it feels like you could interpret it a few different ways, but you had a very specific root cause for wanting to write this.
I was kind of joking when I said that, because I have been like,
what did you say?
I said this song is about having to rely on an SSRI to be okay.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it came from we were kind of writing from, it was several experiences that we had during this time where we were both kind of just flailing as people and like in our relationships, and like it felt like me and her were like grabbing each other's shoulders, shaking each other, like what are we doing, and like and that panic of like feeling like a piece of garbage. And like just like hoping that it's gonna end soon, but like knowing that it's not, that's like kind of like the vibe.
Yeah.
It always does, you know. It always does, but the song is kind of just about
the song is more of a vibe than a than a message, I think.
Yeah, I mean I wrote some of those lyrics like a really long time ago. I remember the Am I Narcoleptic quiz. that was like
about mental illness.
It's about mental illness. Like
it's about
I
mental
wrote that
illness.
like 2 years ago in my
Yeah.
notes app, and I also wrote the same note on my phone has the lyric Q-top and jeans, I feel naked. It was like from the same night, and that's from Beneath You. But like, yeah, I think that overall the vibe of the album is like encapsulated in Hard Parts Over.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's such an unspoken understanding, I feel like, of
Trying
what it
to like
is.
explain your feelings to someone, but it comes out in words that don't make sense.
And there's also just a sense of like nostalgia in there,
Yeah.
which is also kind of the theme of the album, is like, oh, things used to be better, and
Yeah.
growing up, and just like, also like, I think the premise of the song came from like greening out.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but
Yeah.
but
there
it
was,
came
like-
from greening out and having an existential crisis and like
Yeah.
all the things you would think.
I had to take
Yeah.
Ceci to the hospital because she was greening out, and
Can we send me to the
hospital.
yeah. Yes.
And yes, it can.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm glad you said that about Hard Parts Over being representative of the record. No, it's
Yeah.
because it's difficult in our position sometimes to go, okay, what's the best representation of this band? And listening through the record, I was like, I feel like this is the introduction to the record in some ways, because it
Yeah.
has all these different elements to it. But yeah,
Yeah.
And just to shout him out really quick, Max's production on that, our guitarist, Max
Yeah.
Colbert, his production absolutely blew us away.
Yeah.
Like with that song.
Yeah.
The first time we heard it, we're like,
Okay.
this is the banger.
You're talented.
Yeah.
one thing that I picked up somewhere, so you got to correct me if I'm wrong. We discussed earlier how you are mysterious on the internet. Was that one of you moved to New York for a second and then came back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that? What sort of prompted that, and how that impacted the band?
I don't know. It's pretty kind of personal, honestly. Like I lived in Nashville for 6 years. We went to college there, or I guess at that point it was 5 years. But yeah, spent 4 years there. Spent a year in Nashville after graduation, and we kind of. I just always wanted to live in New York,
Yeah.
and I felt like I was becoming very like amalgamated with like the community here, and didn't really have my own sense of identity in a lot of ways. And it was kind of like a move that was just like, I need to strike out on my own and figure out if I can exist outside of this community and just like be my own artist. So I moved to Flatbush, and it was a nightmare. It was so expensive. I worked 3 different jobs. It was so exhausting. I was tired all the time. I did make a lot of music, and I did like a lot of art, made cool friends. Worked at Rough Trade, the record store.
Oh, nice.
It was sick. I want to say the F word there, but I didn't. It was so sick. I met so many musicians. But I missed everyone. And I was like, actually, I kind of enjoy being so part of this community and surrounded by people who are constantly making art and inspiring each other. And I missed Brenna a lot. I missed her so much.
I think it was really interesting too, because when she moved there, she would come back like once a month to work on Demonette. And that was like the time we spent together. Like I think I visited her in New York like one time, like right before she moved back. But yeah, we kind of went our separate ways a little bit for a year. Like we talked, obviously she's my best friend, but like we didn't talk that much. Like there was a lot of like separation that happened like socially for us and like spiritually, which I think we kind of needed artistically, because when she moved back, I feel like our friendship and our sense of like personal identities were so much stronger, and like now we're like in such a good healthy place where we can like communicate better than ever, and I feel more excited.
Yeah, I feel more like I love Nashville more than ever, you know.
Yeah.
Like I really love it here.
Yeah.
And
It was a hard year and I missed her a lot, but
it was hard for both of us.
but it was necessary.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
You came back.
good old Rocky Top.
She knows where home is.
Yeah.
Well, Brenna, Ceci, thank you so much for being here, and we
Thanks
really appreciate you just revealing a little bit of the mystery. It was very nice. Yeah. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for exposing us.